Peter G Show, divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad, Peter G Show.
My last show of January of me not being here. The last show of me not being here. I mean, I'm here, but I'm not here. Jump back January, the start of our new day, new time. Coming February 2nd, next week, I will be back in the flesh. New guests, some old guests too, but new stuff. Tonight, however, I'm bringing you, we dug deep into the vault and went to almost the beginning. We went almost to the beginning of time when the Peter G Show was just starting out. And I think tonight is going to be one of the most popular shows to date on the Peter G Show. So I urge you to continue watching this show, because I know there's many of you who, there's too many shows. There's so many up on YouTube, close to 300. And this show's a doozy. This show is how it was basically starting on divorce and single parenting and people talking about it. And I have one of my favorite people that came onto this show to talk about it. Steve Lukather, musician, songwriter, artist, one of the biggest of the big. And we did everything except talk about music, because this isn't a music show and it wasn't a music interview. And I promise you that when I get back here next week, that we'll be back into expanding our horizons and talking from A to Z about life with Peter G. In fact, let's talk about next week when I'm back, because I'm not here. I mean, I'm here, but I'm not here. Next week, author Shahryar Sadri. He's got a book, Down in a Hole. He talks about the human mind, how we use it, if we use it. Do you use it? What you can do to better yourself. He's all about common sense. A lot of things right in front of you don't even realize you take for granted every day. But he's going to be on my show next week, February 2nd, when I'm live in the flesh right here with you. Shahryar Sadri. It's a good read. But he's going to tell you in person about common sense in life. What nowadays so many people, I hate to say it, have so little of. So next week, February 2nd, I'll be back. And I'll be ready to rock and roll. But in the meantime, I hope you're getting used to our new day, new time every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. on the Eastern Seaboard. Every Wednesday. Takes some getting used to. I'll be getting used to it too. But right now, I'm not here. I'm just virtual Peter G. So when we get back, but I want you to enjoy this show because this show to me is so philosophical. You'll take it with you and share it, people. And don't forget, my YouTube people, I'm going to end up turning the YouTube channel off as soon as this show starts so it doesn't replicate the same show. So I won't ask this of you again. This is my last time asking. So those of you, I love you to death. If you want to watch this show that's going to start in about 2 minutes, you'll have to go to the actual YouTube page and watch it. Unless you happen to be on Facebook or LinkedIn or something, it will play there. But next week we'll be back to normal. All you YouTubers can just stay on YouTube and watch it. But I did not want to replicate the show because it's complicated. It starts everything at 0 again. And this is a really popular show, and I didn't want to do that. So, again, in about a minute, I'm going to cut off the YouTube channel. And I got to tell you, through time, I got some controversial guests that are going to be on this year, and we will be cutting off the YouTube channel after we start because YouTube is dying to ban me forever, and I'm not going to let them do it. I still want to stay on YouTube because there's a lot of good people on YouTube and a lot of good shows that are on YouTube, but I'm not going to let them spank me for telling what they say is, medical misinformations and all this baloney. I believe there's a lot of truth to what we do here, but that's for you to decide. So tonight's going to be a little head start about how we turn off the YouTube channel. And again, by tomorrow, this show will be up on, it's automatically up on LinkedIn, Facebook Peter G Shows, BitChute Peter G Shows, Rumble Peter G Shows. Also, don't forget the podcasts, iTunes, and it's going everywhere. It's Spotify, it's FM. There's so many networks that are picking up the podcast now, and I'm really stoked about that. So when I'm back next week, you'll be able to be back to normal and everything will go with the flow. But for tonight, my last one, I apologize. But for those of you who I always beg to get on YouTube, I'm going to ask you to either just go watch the show on YouTube. It's right on the front page of the Peter G Show, Steve Lukather. Or go to Facebook if you want to watch it live, and it's exactly the same. This is the only part that is virtual because I'm really not here. I had to do this for you. But I love you all. Happy New Year. We'll see you fresh in the next Wednesday, February 2nd. 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. I will have author Sharyar Sadri, Down in a Hole, Mind, Self-Help, how you use your mind and what you don't use in your mind and what you should use and how you should use it. Common sense. He's all about common sense. So, without further ado, I'm going to start us up. So I'm going to turn off the YouTube channel here in a second. So just don't be in any shock if we do. Or I'm not turning off the YouTube, but the powers within are turning off the YouTube because I'm not here. I'm on my way back, though. I'm Peter G. I thank you for watching. Stick with us. This is a great show tonight. You're not going to want to miss this.
Today on The Peter G Show, we're loading up the crew and taking a trip to North Hollywood, California, where tucked away is one of Hollywood's iconic recording studios, The Steakhouse. That's where I'm meeting up with my friend and certainly one of the music industry's most iconic guitarists, singer, songwriters, Steve Lukather.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Peter G Show. I'm stoked. I've been telling you this for a couple of weeks now. And I'm very, very lucky to have an old friend of mine stop in. In fact, we're sitting in a very nostalgic kind of place. We've both worked...
The studio. Steakhouse Studios, North Hollywood.
That's right.
One of my favorite rooms of all time.
And one of my favorite people. We are going to talk to the infamous Steve Lukather, my bro.
Infamous. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, you got history.
Yeah, 40 plus years now. I don't know what happened, man. It's just kind of it's weird. You just kind of look back and go, where did all the time go?
But they said you had a good time.
They tell me I had a great time.
Yeah.
But then I, became a human being again. See, I'm not weird or anything like that.
Well, that remains to be seen. Yeah. But it's all
Depends
good.
On who
It's a good weird.
Right.
I've known you I've been thinking about this now. I haven't known you as long as some of the people in this town.